Hello and welcome to another one of our videos. This is our 67 plate BMW 435d Xdrive. This is the Grand Coupe and it's the M Sport with the Auto ZF 8-speed gearbox. This car's covered just under 9,000 miles. It's late 8,000s. We'll have a look inside in a minute and tell you exactly what the mileage is. It's got some really nice spec on this car. It's finished in mineral grey metallic as well. So we'll just come in a bit closer and I'll show you around the car. So at the front we've fitted some black gloss grills. We've kept the originals, which we'll supply with the car as well. We've got front parking sensors, rear parking sensors, and also park assist on this car. You'll notice that we've got parking assisters round at the side there, so it will self-park. If any of you haven't tried that before, it's worth having a go. And we've also got the Harman Kardon sound system and a few other bits which we'll come to in a minute. I'm going to bring you in close on the paintwork. So the paintwork is really nice. I'm just seeing if I can see any little chips. I think there was one down here somewhere. It's that small that I can't find it now, but nothing to speak of. So the whole car's been detailed, machine polished, both rotary and with an oscillating mop head, which takes out any holograms. They're the swirly sort of effects that you see on some cars in the sun. So this car should have a nice deep shine. I'll just show you that angle there. If we come in close, this has got the M Sport Plus package. So we've got the M Sport brakes, which are a bigger caliper, finished in a nice blue paint there. We've got the 704M 19-inch alloy wheels. This car's running on Bridgestone run flats. All of the tyres have got lots of grip on there. I think there's a good 5 to 6 mil on these tyres. Just come down the side of the car and see the black gloss air vent there. It's an option on the air vents whether to have them the same colour as the car or black gloss. I think they look better in black gloss. Got the sun protection glass. If we come up onto the roof, there's no scratches, no bird dropping stains or fallout from trees or anything. If we come to the boot lid as well, all lovely and clean. All around the fuel filler cap as well. So let's show you this rear wheel here as well. All in lovely condition. So all our cars go to our local BMW specialist to be serviced as well. So any servicing that's done will go into the iDrive inside the car. So that's the display inside the car where the service history is kept. It would also be uploaded onto the BMW service online system. You can see we've got the rear parking sensors. We've got rear camera. Obviously the 435 is an Xdrive, so it's four-wheel drive. It's not permanent four-wheel drive. It goes into four-wheel drive basically under load, so hard acceleration, or if the traction control sees a slippage from a wheel, then it'll activate the four-wheel drive. So it's like a clutch unit that engages the four-wheel drive. Just have a look down the side of that car. It's got a lovely glossy finish. And that front wheel there. We've got the LED lights at the front as well. And this one's got high beam assist, so there's a camera up on the top here. So how that works is you put the main beam on with the high beam assist, and then your main lights will come on, and then any light coming from either street lamps or oncoming vehicles will dip the headlights automatically. So we've got the Harman Kardon sound system. And the door card is all in lovely condition. The puddle lights. There's a bit of water on the edge of that door sill, but that's all lovely and clean. Electric seats, all the black Dakota leather is in lovely condition. Pro navigation, heated seats. But this car's also fitted with the optional adaptive M Sport suspension, and that enables you to soften the ride or stiffen the ride when you use the different drive modes. And additionally, this one has the variable steering on it as well, so it will actually adjust the weight of the steering wheel. But I'll come to that when I jump inside the car. All the door shuts nice there. There is a little couple of little scuff marks on that door handle there. I'll get it into focus. But we might be able to address that. We'll take another look at that later. All of the leather in the back is all lovely. The interiors of the cars are currently being cleaned using cleaning products from Waterclean, but also a steaming machine. And that sanitizes the cars really nicely. And Peter, that does all the interiors, has found that it does bring the interior up really nice and clean. All lovely along here. If we take a look inside the boot, all of the carpets are in really nice condition. If we lift up under here, there's a little cargo net, all nice and clean under there as well. And then just in the side here, got your locking wheel nut and first aid kit, and it's all nice and clean in there as well. So we've got electric tailgate. You can close the tailgate with the key as well, open and close it with the key by pressing and holding the button on the fob. Got the LED lights at the rear. So it's if you look, you know, every nook and cranny is all beautifully clean. There is a very tiny little stone chip there, nothing to speak of. We'll touch that in. Let's have a look in the back. Door card on this side, all in lovely condition, no marks on there at all. All of the seals around the car, there's no scratches or dents or anything. Sometimes people do trap seat belts in the doors and it can do a bit of damage and a few dents. Even the back of the seats on this car. I mean, it hasn't done a lot of miles, obviously. I think this is the car with the least amount of mileage on in its year currently advertised on Auto Trader, at least. See all the door shuts. And the door card there. We've got the folding anti-dazzle mirrors as well. Press that and the mirrors will fold in. Again, this can be done on the key fob by pressing and holding. We've got memory on the driver's seat. All of the leather is nice on there. And then we'll jump in. Okay, that's just put this seat back a little bit now. So the actual mileage after delivery, 8,836 miles. I'll just point out that the mode button on here, if we use that, that's where we can go AM, FM, music collections, the hard drive, back to the DAB, and then using the rotational little wheel there, we can flick through the stations. And if we press the telephone, we haven't got a telephone connected, but it will flick through the last previous calls. Now we've got speed limiter and cruise control. So press the speed limiter, and then again with the little rocking wheel, you can adjust what speed you want to limit the car to. If we turn that off and press the cruise control, you'll see it pop up at the top. We're obviously not moving at the moment, but you can then adjust with the rocker wheel the speed that you'd like to continue at, and it will show in the bottom of the speedo there. So this car also has the touchscreen navigation. I'll just show you, you can move everything around. This is the home button, and you can just change things up here. I'll come back to that in a second. We have dual climate control, Heated seats on the sides here, 3 different stages of heating. The trim in here is, I think this is the carbon something or other trim with the pearl chrome finish, which is that narrower piece that finishes across there, which I really quite like. That's nice. We've got all the books in there. Sliding armrest, the iDrive wheel, USB, got one of the keys in there at the moment. So let's go to the adaptive suspension. So using the button just down here, you can see we've got Eco and Sport. This is your parking sensors. If we flip out of there, now if I push down on the Eco bit, this is where the ECU of the engine will reduce the power for better fuel economy. It will also put the shock absorbers in a relaxed state for comfort. You can also use different displays to see how economically you're driving. Again, in comfort mode, this is, as it says, a balance setting. So the suspension will still be in a softer ride. So the suspension on this is different. The shock absorbers have a valve and it can manipulate how much fluid's in there. Obviously, the less fluid, the more spongier the shock absorber will be. The more fluid, the stiffer the ride. And it gives you much better handling at higher speeds with the in sport setting when it's stiffer, and a lot more comfortable and more subtle in the other modes in Eco, Pro and Comfort. So as soon as you go into Sport or Sport Plus, that will engage the stiffer suspension. Now if we go into Configure Sport, now the thing is, all of these BMWs have this display. Now, as you can see by the car picture, if I change what I'm looking at, you'll see different things light up. Now, if you don't have the Adaptive M Sport suspension, despite it showing you the different bits lighting up on the screen, it won't actually change anything. And this car also having the variable steering, it will adjust the weight of the steering, and that's only if it's got those options fitted. So it's a little bit misleading, but we've spec checked the car. I know the spec of the car, and I know that those options are on the car, because there are some cars out there that aren't quite accurately described as they could be, let's say. Okay, so we've got the dual climate. If we go into the sat nav, this is where you can obviously do your destinations. We've got all the sub menus down the side here. Now, quite a few of you that know your BMWs will know how to use all of this, but I'll just show those of you that don't. If you put it on perspective, it changes the view. Again, down here, using these buttons, you can actually save some of the screens. Not all of them, but a lot of them. You can save telephone numbers in there as well as the radio stations as well. So you can use them for a variety of different things, and we'll put this on number 7 for argument's sake. So rather than going into those sub menus, if I press number 8, it will change the screen. And if you wanted to have your media, for example, let's put that on number 6. We go into map, then we've got map, we press number 6. I've memorized the radio station, sorry. So not the screen, so there we go. Right, so let's look at something else. So you've got all your media in here, your music collection, Bluetooth audio, your Harman Kardon sound system. We've got, looks like, the remainder of the connective drive. So we've got the weather reports and a few other bits and pieces in there, app support, etc. If we come out of the, let's go back this way. Okay, and then you've got all your settings in here. In fact, if we go into parking, this is where you can activate and deactivate the automatic parking activation. So it will park the car. So if we put this on here, you'll see over here that that's the park assist. We've got the rear camera as well, rear view camera, and then we can put parking guidance lines, etc. What's in the settings? I think that's for the parking activation. Let's come out of there. Parking. Okay, let's come back. And if we put it in reverse, there's your parking there. with the lines, and that dictates where the car's going to go. And you'll see the parking spaces come up on the left and right of the car on the left hand side. So let's put it back in park. Okay, 8-speed gearbox, drive. Over to the left is sport automatic, and then by using the paddles up here we can change the gears, going into manual mode, etc. We'll just turn that cruise off. Right, so we're going to jump out and have a look under the bonnet quickly. Two pulls on the bonnet release. So this is the 6-cylinder twin power turbo, but also a twin turbo engine, opposed to the 430 having a single turbo. And these kick out about 313 brake horsepower, 315 PS, I believe it is, or thereabouts, give or take the odd one. Now all of the engine bay, again, all cleaned by hand. We use a lot of WD-40, or the guys do, that clean the engine bays, to safely clean. All nice and clean down here. This is all hoovered to make sure there's no leaves in there. All around the top of the car, underneath the bonnet is all up being cleaned. So really nicely presented under there. Really good on fuel, these engines. If you use the Eco Pro, it does make a difference. If you're sitting in traffic, why not? It's only a press of a button, flick it into Eco Pro, and it'll give you a bit more fuel economy. And then when you want a bit more power, you can just flip it back into Comfort or Sport. So I was just scanning my eyes around the car. Can't really see any. There might be a tiny little. No, I think it's a bit of fluff. No, the car's in beautiful condition. So I think I've covered everything. I'll just check on my paperwork here. Reverse camera, sun protection glass. Yeah. Oh, we're out of focus. Sorry about that. Right, if you have any questions, please give me a call. Be happy to answer any questions. Thank you for taking the time to watch the video. Bye.